Alrighty, hello and welcome everyone. I hope we're all doing really well. Apologies here for the slightly late start. I had a humongous shift yesterday. I had I think it was about 18 hours in total. So I'm pretty tired. But I'm super excited here for Son of the Mountains vs GGX. This was meant to happen yesterday on live stream, but of course I had a ginormous shift that I just couldn't say no to. So yeah, we're going to be kicking it off here. We do have a couple of replays to go through, so it should be super fun. So I'm just going to quickly pick up a screen and blocker if I can. Just so you guys do not see. There we go. Nice, we have a screen blocker there, just so you guys cannot see the replays. And we'll go through. So I believe here we have 3 best of 1s, we have 2 best of 2s, and a best of 3 to go through. So it should be pretty fun. Welcome everyone, how are we all doing? Good evening, Linksy, how are we? How are we? You're everywhere. I mean, I'm not streaming, I watch people stream. What can I say? Indeed, all of our streamers do watch other streamers stream. It is a thing. We are people as well. Hey, TY guy, how we doing, buddy? Back from Darv's stream. Nice. Awesome, dude. How was Darv's stream? I hope Darv's stream went well. I hope everyone's doing well today. So GGX and Son of the Mountains here. It should be a really fun tournament. Yeah, I'm super excited. I think what we'll do, so let's go. Let's see who we got for the 1-of-1s. So Ninja, Ninja and Mr. Chad Thorgrim. Ooh, there's some big boys in here. Okay. All right. Well, of course, we are going to have to start off with some legends. Looks like we are going to be having Ninja up against Mr. Chad Thorgrim. So it looks like in the majority of... they kind of switch either side depending, don't they? Yeah. Okay, there's no, like, kind of... Sadly here, you're not going to be able to see too much of the balance of power because Son of the Mountains isn't always on the left and GGX is not always on the right. So, should be pretty interesting. But, yeah, welcome everyone. The Emperor, what's up? Don't cross the streams, it was good. Oh, did I? I know Darv was streaming. I believe Turin's streaming as well. So, at the moment, honestly, it was just, I had actually, while I was making all this, getting all ready and, you know, showering and eating, I just need an extra 15 minutes, really, because my body's exhausted today. Like, just 15 hours of just walking, 18 hours of just walking around and just, yeah, it's knackering, man. It is knackering. But I'm ready to go. I think we're going to start off with Dark Elves versus the Empire. So we are going to have Dark Elves from Ninja up against Chad Thorgrim with the Empire. So, very interesting. Let's give it a little look here, shall we? So, it looks like for Chad Thorgrim, we are going to be going with, ooh, Mr. Volkmar the Grim. We are going to have the lady herself in for Ninja. And, of course, the double Manticore. So, yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I don't know where this one is going to go. Normally, this is a very even matchup. 2 Empire, oh, the Sunmaker as well. This is going to be interesting. Double Scourge Runners, double Repeater Crossbows as well. Alright, let's get in here. Hope everyone's doing very well today. Hope everyone's having a great day. Hi. You thought the second it ended. Oh, I see. Well, I hope Mr. Darv is doing well. He brought an absolutely amazing play here towards Teach Me Show to War. I did enjoy watching everybody get their players together. So, Halberds here alongside Sigma Suns here with the Halberds, more swordsmen. And looks like there's going to be a bunch of spears at the front. Some of the Empire spears are some of the most cost-efficient defensive infantry in the game. I mean, 43-minute defense is something quite huge. The Sunmaker there in the middle as well, an 890 AP there with fire damage. That's certainly very strong. Unit handgunners here in the tree make that 2 alongside a Bright Wizard here with Burning Head and it looks like Fireball and with Power Stone and Kindle Flame. In the middle, Kindle Flame will be nice when partnered alongside Volkmar the Grim, because of course it does do that magic damage there with fire, alongside the Grand Soulfire, the Grand Shield of Faith, the Grand Hammer of Sigmar, Banishment, and the Jade Griffin. On either side, we are going to have one of the Empire Knights, heavily armored, I think 110 there with the Bronze Shield. Yeah, these boys are tanky. So on the flanks, Dark Riders here. Make that 2 there in the trees, both there with shields for the Dark Elves. Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows in the middle, Cold One Knight, as well as the Blackheart Corsair front line, Double Manticore with Marathi, with Bleak Swords alongside 2 units of the Scourge Runners in the front, more Blackheart Corsairs, and with the Cold War Knights. So Cold War Knights here looking with the anti-large and armor piercing to try and overwhelm. And this can be a problem if you try to win too many areas of the fight. You can certainly put yourself in a bit of a disadvantage because you have quite a small front line here with just 3 Black Hawk Corsairs. So he's trying to win the front line, trying to win the cavalry engagement as well, and then also trying to skirmish against a faction that just has more range. So that could be interesting. So Sunmaker is coming over the top. And something I really like here from the side of Ninja is that he's got only 1,000 points in the trade, so it's not too much. It's believable that this might be the full force. So we could certainly see some of these units really getting in around the flanks if they're careful and they wait their time. When they do engage here, if they get enough engagement from the front and distract Grombrindle, he certainly might not see the incoming Dark Riders. So over the top here, so we are going to be firing. Oh my god, Marathi is taking an absolute volley to the face. Marathi down to 2,002 health. That is something there that I see a few players make that mistake. That's a lot of free damage. It's just not necessary. In the middle there, so the shots coming in, the anti-large armor-piercing shots from the Scourge Runners will be just firing here into Volkmar the Grim. Mass gunfire going straight in up against the Scourge Runners. It's like the artillery pieces are going to be shooting over the top. I think the aim was the Scourge Runner chariots, not too sure. Fireball downtown, where are we going here? Fireball's coming in right into the face of Marathi. This is looking pretty bleak so far here for the Dark Elves. In the middle of that is going to be a beautiful Soul Stealer, I believe. There we go, Soul Stealer in the pocket. Didn't actually see what Marathi had. Did she have anything else? Hunter in the Dark Sword. And it's like the Wand of Karen Don. Looks like she's also going to come in with the negative 15 armor as well. There's a bit of a rare on that one. Empire Knights there are going to be fighting up against the Scourge Runner Chariots. It's not going to be the ideal location for them. The heavy chariots will pin them in quite nicely. And so we are going to get the spears in from behind as well. So we get this really nice kind of sandwich effect here. But there is going to be pressure on top of the Sunmaker. So it is a bit of a problem there for the Empire. We are going to be losing the Scourge Runner Chariots. Going down to, well, still 3 models, but 1.5k health. The Wand of Caradon coming down here on top of Volkmar the Grim. Not going to do too much here. He has 40% magic resistance, so it's not going to do too much. When you also have the Grand Shield of Faith, that's going to be only 40% damage actually going down on him. So Dark Riders, they are going to be firing here. Maybe trying to see if they can catch on top of the handgunners. So the handgunners are going to break, and they are going to get pushed off. And so we are going to get terrified here as well. Nope, now just going to be... They are now going to return, but maybe break. Yes, they do break. Wavering on the side as well. Cold War Knights here going up against Halberds. Bit of a mess in this pocket here, as we can see. So we are going to get the Grand Soul Fire here down in the middle. Double Manticores in up against Volkmar. Over the right, these two not shooting too much, which is a bit of a shame. We are now going to see another Soul Fire. Sorry, another Soul Fire. Another Soul Stealer here on top of the infantry and cavalry. Rampaging is going to be the Fairy Manticore. Shots are coming in here from the Scourge Runners. Just on the outside. They do have 150 range, which is quite impressive there. Some of the highest you are going to see. Now, as we can see, coming forward is going to be the Banishment. Banishment pretty much wouldn't have done any damage here against the Scourge Runners either. Looks like it is going to travel, and now it's actually going to be catching some of his own halberds, which will do a little bit of damage here. Coming over the top, you can see that a healing cap is present with Marathi. She'll be traveling over to the right-hand side here. Maybe trying to see if she can help remove these halberds. But these halberds are going to be good against anything here that is pushing on this right-hand side. In the back, handgunners returning. You can see some spears as well. Just kind of get a nice little blockade here, as we can see. Just trying to see if they can screen out for the handgunners. In the middle, Empire Knights, they're going to be charging here into the back up against the rampaging Fairy Manticores. Marathi is trying to get in, but of course most of her bonuses are going to be when she's engaged in combat. As you can see, Double Manticore is going to be bending over Volkmar the Grim. Volkmar is certainly struggling here in the middle. Balance of power is going to be in the Dark Elf favour. Another Soul Stealer going down, 380, 270 health here going down for Volkmar. Still rampaging, one ginormous hit should finish him off, and there we go. He's finished that. One of Carandon coming in, maybe a little bit unnecessary there. We can see handgunners fighting in the middle, going up against Scourge Runners and Dark Riders. Certainly not over for the Empire, but they are going to be breaking left, right, and centre. Balance of power is just a tick away here. There's a lot of broken troops. So we have one resurgence pocket here. If these break, it is game over. It is going to be game over. GG's and well played. Yeah, really nice stuff. Really nice stuff there coming in from Ninja. I felt like the Marathi play was a tough one, and this is exactly why Volkmar, in my personal opinion, is not great in this matchup. I just think that Double Manticore just bully him. You have so many good tools. You have Scourge Runners, Fairy Manticores. I mean, maybe you can utilize him, but you know, a lot of this force here will deal with him pretty comfortably. Anything from the Cold War Knights. You also got the AP from the Dark Rider repeater crossbows, double Scourge Runners, and also the double Ferromanticores. And just with Marathi, would do lots of damage here in the middle. Handgunner's Death certainly did some work. We got 700 and 870 there up against Chad Thorgrim, with 600 and 540 for the Empire there. But I think the main key let down here, unfortunately, was the Sunmaker. There really just wasn't much for it to shoot. It kind of needed to go after Blackheart Corsair front line, and then you could kind of use your Spearmen and the rest just to hold back the remaining force that tried to swoop in and shut down these handgunners. Let's see, Volmar 1,000 damage for him. He's just got caught there by Ferromanticores. Just need to, once they rampage, get the infantry in there and just allow the Blessed Sigmar troops to do what they do best. 350 there for the Sigma Sun, 700 and 750. So good stuff from the Swordsman. Swordsman actually uptrade really well up against Bleak Sworders, etc. 550 and 230 with 250 as well from the Halberds. And it looks like here we are going to get, yeah, just not much else elsewhere. 911 for the Bright Wizard. So yeah, welcome, welcome. Gombrindle not playing Dowie. I know. Blasphemous, blasphemous. Absolutely blasphemy. Alright, so what we need to do, I need to make sure every single time I do this, we need to go, well, let's use Human Boy's book. So for those who don't know, Human Boy brought out a book, so do go feel free to check that out. If you like all things with magical babies, big fights, demons, adventures, and dragons. Then yes. Or apparently dragons playing chess. But yeah, you can go check that out. So yeah, that's going to be 1-0 here, straight out the rip, coming out of GGX with quite a nice game. I actually thought that Ninja was kind of throwing away that lead there by just getting Marathi shot so hard. But of course, if they're shooting Marathi, they're not really shooting anything else. So, and the problem with her being so damaged, she is really quite glass cannon. So when she is fighting in and around the middle, you want to engage her into melee combat to get those bonuses, especially from the Heartrender and the Dark Sword. Negative 10 melee attack, negative 10 melee defense is really kind of what you bring her for. So having a not in melee can be quite tough. Indeed. Yeah, GG's. Alright, so the next one here, so we are going to have a VCTK versus Lizard Wood Elves. Okay, so we are going to have a Lizardmen versus Wood Elves, or more specifically a Heralds of Ariel from Vistus and for Poland. And Ween here with the Vampire Counts, alongside Blood OG Mine as the Tomb Kings. Alright. Very interesting. Okay. So let's shut this down. So we can see here we are going to be having Heralds of Ariel, otherwise known as the Wood Elves here. We are going to have the Glade Lady alongside the Healing Magic, couple of anti-large spears, some War Dancers, mixing in with the Winterheart Guards, Aserai Spears, and double Way Watchers. Okay, so a lot of the damage output and anti-large will come here from the Wood Elves. Let's finish off this force, so that looks pretty good there. As the Lord, we are going to have Oxyotl. Okay, and we are going to have the cohorts. I don't know if you can have the Oxyotl and the Glade Lord together. I don't know how I feel about that, because there's no kind of real punch here in the force so far. We'll have to see those. So double Chameleon Skinks, mixing with Saurus Warrior front line. So you've got a good beefy front line. Cold One Spear Riders. The Cav is okay from Wood Elves. It's not amazing. I think if I was going to bring Cav, I'm definitely bringing it from the Wood Elf side of things. Things like Great Stag Knights are just exceptional. And if they go with Blood Knights or any sort of other large units, you can be in trouble. We do have, of course, the Way Watchers. They're going to be the majority of the punch here in the force. The Spellsong of Life. And have we got any sort of magic here in from... Oh, we do. We have Harmonic Convergence and the Wind Blast. So the majority of the spells here are going to be either healing or dealing with light infantry. So we are going to be having Regrowth, Earthblood, and Life Bloom. We are going to have some Skink Cohort Javelins. We've gone super wide. Not quite as wide as our opponents, but we have gone wide here. Okay. Yeah, we are going to have the Net and the Prayer of Repharema. And also there, the Arrows of Kurnos. The Golden Plight of B2. And also the Master Predator. Yeah, and that seems to be it pretty much for the force. A lot of Eternal Guard Spears. Looks like a couple of War Dancers in the back. Not a tremendous amount of punch. Not a tremendous amount. What have we got over here on the side? So the Darkbat Wolves, very good indeed. Anti-large. And very good at just dealing with like skirmish cavalry, etc. On the flanks here, so we're going to have a little bit more Blood Knights in the back. So Blood Knights, of course, big punch there. Zombies here, mixing in with Skeleton Warriors. Looks like we have some Skeleton Archers in the back here. Let's see what else we've got. Just skeleton mortars front line, lines of these zombies. And when people put them in this kind of formation instead of the formation like this, the whole idea is chewing through this formation like so is going to take longer than just hitting the formation straight on. So I guess that's kind of the idea of these kind of single lines. Fellbats here in the sky, and on the floor we are going to have Isabella. Yeah, Isabella is just the strongest choice here at best in kind of like 3v3s, and I think more importantly 3v3s, but very good in 2v2s. So, and this is the reason, the Blood Chalice of Bathory, which is given that all that healing and increased vigor. That can be any unit or, sorry, any lord or hero in any of the armies. Raise the Dead, Invocation of the Heck, and the Hunger. That's why you see Tomb Kings quite a lot, because Tomb Kings do struggle with healing, but of course here we do have healing in with Isabella. More Skeleton Chariots, looks like 2 units here. We're seeing some more, no, just 2. Mixing with double Uwu Shopti Great Bows. Graveguard in the back as well, good anti-infantry. Skeleton Warriors, Graveguard, some arrows, and just a bucket load of front line. Blood Knights in the trees. And we are going to have Cetra the Imperishable. So Cetra here as well. That's why we will have the Wrath of Petra, the Incantation of Protection, the Incantation of the Cursed Blades, Unyielding Will, and the Restless Dead. So it should be pretty good. Yeah, so no ROR skeletons. Very interesting. I think ROR skeletons might be quite nice there for skeleton archers. On the side here, looks like we are going to have 2 of the skeleton horsemen. And yeah, that seems to be it. Interesting map choice here with the El Anguil. This one can be particularly tough because a bit of a slower force on this side, meaning that when we do engage here, the enemy is still going to be kind of in the trees here, I'm thinking. So it's like, have these been spotted? Oh, they've been attacked, okay. So the Martial Predator is ready to go. Gladiator does have some nets, healing. Yeah, this force is okay. I was expecting, you know, maybe something with a bit more mass. We certainly got mass on this side. We're missing a lot of mass on this side. We got 2 units of Coleman Spear Riders. That seems to be kind of it. And they're going to be a majority of punch as well, not just mass. But yeah, it's a bit low on the mass side, I must admit. Fellbats jump on top of this community skinks. There's not a lot you can do about it, unfortunately. Yeah, I wouldn't be afraid just to get these bad boys in, just get them shutting down here. In the middle here, we are going to have... It's pretty heavily armored, right? 110 armor, yeah, so it's pretty decent. Darpak Wolves moving in the trees. Blood Knights coming around over on this side. And the boys need to pick that up relatively quickly. As they come around, we kind of need to screen out here using some of the spears. Eternal Spears should be able to get in and do all the damage there. Those are... look at those lines. The lines look so silly. This looks just so campaigny right here with this line like this. Alright, on the side, Blood Knight is still coming around. So 2 units of Blood Knights on the left-hand side, so it's a pretty heavy hit force. Now, the thing is if we rotate here with the cavalry onto this side to meet out the Blood Knights, we're then going to have nothing to stop the cavalry coming in on this side. But as you can see, nice plays there coming in from the side of GGX. They are going to force the engagement here. Now, I don't like the double stack. The double stack is not necessary. You just need to stack one and take the brunt of the charge, and then to get the other one into the pocket and start forcing out some more formation. Because that then would have started pulling units out of formation, as you can see here it is kind of doing. Because you're not going to win here. You're not going to win anything with that cavalry. You might be able to push some stuff off late game, but you're not going to win on this front line. That's not the idea. In the front, we are going to be cycle charging here with skeleton chariots. We're trying to get some of these bad boys. I don't know why there's one on their own. I guess maybe it's part of the pack. Well, that's moving in. Might be able to shut down some of the skink cohort javelins, or they're going to come after the Weight Watchers. Probably the Weight Watchers here, I think. Yep, so it's like they are going to be after the Weight Watchers. Should be 1 here on each, I hope. There we go. That's a lovely shutdown, and that's pretty much all of the punch here from the side on the left here. It's going to be shut down from some of the mountains. We are going to net Cetra. Cetra is going to get shot pretty heavily. And it's like we are going to get that healing, that mass healing going down. Invocation as well on top of him. So that was about 3,200 health worth of healing. That's going to be a lot there towards his healing cap. Shots over the top here are just ripping into Taurus Warriors. Probably not the best place to be shooting. Certainly want to be shooting here. Maybe puts a bit more pressure on the community skinks. We're getting in the pocket and shooting up against the Weight Watchers. In the middle here, we can see the Dire Pack, as well as some more of the Fellbats and the Blood Knights are just in and around and doing all this damage. We are going to be chasing with the spears, but we are certainly going to be faster with the cav. So we can certainly move out and then come back round and then get back into that juicy pocket. As you can see, Blood Knights yet again. Yep, they're straight in. Look at that. One comes out, one goes in. Perfect stuff there. And we can see Dire Wolves in the middle. They're going to be shutting down the Weight Watchers. And being that the majority of the punch is done here, a lot of the forces are going to be falling apart on the sides here. You can see Skeleton Warriors fighting up against Eternal Guards. They're going to hold pretty well there and do the good stuff. While as we get in, cycle charging here with these Skeleton Chariots. In the front, zombies here, I'm going to be just kind of pinning in the Source Warriors as we cycle charge there with the Skeleton Chariots. And that's some really nice work there in the front. Now, on Spellstring Life is in the middle. I wouldn't mind seeing the Blood Knights just kind of surrounding her. You get rid of that healing, and it's looking pretty dire here for the side of the purple and orange. In the back, though, this is looking dire, though. We are going to be seeing Healing Cat coming out of Cetra, but he is going to be fighting here up against the Glade Lord. She's on a great stack, running away here. And it looks like here, Weight Watchers are going to get broken, but you need something to push those off. Even if it's Isabella herself, she needs to get around the door there and shut them down. We do actually have some of the archers in the back. You need to push these elements off the battlefield. They are too powerful to keep alive. Even if it's Cetra here that has to come around the door. It looks like Cetra is going to come in, but it could be too late here. Arrows are firing in, and you can just see some of the damage that will come through here that pretty much wasn't necessary. Shots over the top here from the archers, but it looks like there's been some good communication here from the undead side. Arrows just pouring into the middle, and there's honestly just not a lot of punch left. We've got one of the White Watchers, but they are going to get shut down here. Look at that cycle charging through the middle here up against the White Watchers. Some nice stuff there coming in from GGX. So there is going to be an overcast healing here in the middle, I think. Yeah, Invocation the Heck, overcast heal here on top of all the zombies and Graveguard just in this middle pocket that's going to be surrounding here up against the cohort as well as the Glade Lady. Wave Watchers in the middle, they'll do a lot of damage, but they'll also take a lot of damage in return. Not much armor left for them. I think 15, yeah, 15 armor for them is pretty poor. We are going to be charging in Blood Knights here, just going to be just recharging up against the Eternal Guards, just breaking those down as quickly as possible. And Net going down there, the Prayer for Repharema on top of Cetra. Now that doesn't stop charge bonus, which is always a bit interesting, but you can see the Blood Chalice going down on top of him as well. Good healing, very, very good healing as well. So he will come up to his healing cap, and he's certainly been a very good sort of sponge here for a lot of the ammunition coming in, and just kind of big focus fire. And you can heal quite nicely there with Isabella. In the middle here, we can see Court is going to be Oxyotl. Two of the Blood Knights are going to be riding him out, and he'll fall down here pretty quickly. Balance of Power is going to be here in the undead favour. And there's not really too much left here, unfortunately. We are going to be chasing the Glade Lady back. Blood Knights in, so the War Dancers are going to try and catch where they can. And the Blood Knights, she does manage to get a charge here. So as you can see here, the War Dancers will be fighting. They do struggle with a bit of AP here, but being we have 110 armor, it's like Invocation, charging in with Isabella as well. Isabella kind of yeets some of these War Dancers away. I think we have 90 speed here. Yeah, we do have 90 speed, and we are just going to keep recharging there with Isabella. She's got away with a lot of damage. I really do like Isabella. I've never seen her on a horse before. That looks like that's going to be a pullout, and it's going to be a fair victory here for the undead. Alrighty, well, GG's well played here to GGX. I think that was a really, really nice build here. I think this is the most common duos pick in the game. It is going to be VC and also TK. I like this pick quite a lot. I think it's a really good partnership for 2v2s, but when you also have to consider 3v3s, I do wonder if also maybe putting Vampires in there as well could be quite nice. But I don't know. It's not something I ever really think much about. I only kind of really ever deal with the 1v1 side of things. But Cetra in a 1.2k with a massive sponge. I'm still very healthy there. We got 275 to 280, 115, and 270 there for the Skeleton Warriors with 288. So coming in and doing the cheapy chaff stuff that they do. Pretty healthy as well, actually, I must admit. You know, it's quite rare to see skeletons quite so healthy, but I imagine a few invocations, and you know, they were pretty good. 390, 480 for the skeleton archers, 700 there for the horsemen, and it looks like we also got 150 as well. Chariots in at 1.5 and 1.9, especially when you've got like this infinite cheap wave of chaff that could just pin an infantry, and you can just continuously cycle charge with skeleton chariots. It's a very good day. 620, 680 there from the Ushopti Great Bro. So the Ushopti doing Ushopti things. 265 for Isabella, and 265 just does not even closely represent the value that she brought here to the battlefield. She got 2 blood potions, so 2 blood chalices off. That's going to be in the equivalent of about 5,000 healing. Plus, that also increases your vigor, and then she just given invocation here, there, everywhere. And it was certainly necessary for sure. 84, 390 for the zombies. What? I have never seen that much value on a unit of zombies. 71 as well. So 240. Graveguard in at 730. 670. 560. 1.5 for the Blood Knights. 1.3 for the second unit. 170 and 230 for the Fellbats, with 1,200 here for the Dire Pack Wolves. So 1,400 for the Glade Lady with 100 there. We've got the Eternal Guards at 235, 500. There's like 750 and 600 there for the War Dancers, with 620 there for the Winter Heart Guards. We weren't quite finished there. 1,050 here for the War Dancers Azrai Spears. For the majority, War Dancer Azrai Spears will be very good in this matchup. The only letdown here, of course, will be just mass archers, because then the archers just focus down the War Dancers with the Azrais. But otherwise, they would have done quite well in this matchup. They could have done some quite nice work here. So having 1 or 2 in there certainly wasn't a bad pick. 1,081 and 877 for the Way Watchers. Even though they're still able to shoot, you know, you expect these guys to get their full ammunition off, and you expect to see them in somewhere around the 2,000 range, is what you would normally hope, especially with big targets like Cetra, and also here with some Blood Knights, Isabella. You would expect just a little bit more. But yeah, still, I like this build. 1,067, 670, we've got 280, 430, 580 and 244 there for the frontline Saurus. Not really much to protect them or kind of really help them with the damage dealing. They're really, really good tanks, and they can thump pretty hard, but they're not. It's not the necessary job. 730 there for the cohort of Sotek, especially when they're thumping up against chaff as well. They're just going to get hundreds of kills, but you know they're going to get cycle charged by other elements. But 730 there for the cohort of Sotek, 400 and 170 there for the javelins. 325 and 300 there for the chameleon skinks, with 370 and 650 in for the Cold One Spear Riders. I like this build. I think it's not a super strong build for 2v2s, but I think there's just not enough mass here for me. There's just not enough mass. We got exponential more mass and harass here. 3 units of harass, 2 units of mass plus Isabella. Big mass there with such an imperishable, double chariots for mass, and also double skeleton horsemen. Kind of mass here from the other side. Yeah, 2 units maybe. Yeah, 2 units you could maybe call the Glade Lord mass, but she's pretty glass cannon. And kind of only 2 really strong units of delete, and that was it really. Yeah, I think maybe seeing a bit more might have been better, but you know, I still, you know, I think I can see the idea behind the build for sure. But GG's well played. So, I believe that's 2 points. Feel free, guys, to tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's 2 points for a 2v2. That's going to be 3-0 for GGX so far. Please update me if I get that wrong. So, there is a set amount of games, by the way. The results aren't here, but I keep the screen block up anyway, just to keep you guys excited. So, Greenskins versus the Vampire Pirates. So, Dr. Jellyfish in with the Vampire Coast, up against Mr. Adler with the Greenskins. Let's go. Alrighty. So, Mr. Adler coming in here with Grom the Paunch alongside an Orc Shaman. Going to be pretty wide here with a bunch of Orc boys. Got a Orc arrows, the Rusty arrows as well, with some Spider Riders. Double Doom Diver catapults as well. Double Mortars. It's looking pretty tough there too. Double Doom Divers can actually be a huge problem for the Vampires. And this is like a very classic Vampire build coming in from the WWC. Looks like just Deck Dropper, Handgunners, and just a bunch of other stuff as well. Double Gunnery Wights alongside Count Inoculus. A pretty wide front line. You can see they're pretty defensive. They're looking to be defensive. I don't think they're going to have such an option today. Gunnery Wights here with Scabscrath from both sides, I imagine. Yeah, they're just very, very good. Captain's Wrath, Moondial, Wrathstorm, Invocation of Nehek, and the Arcane Conduit. Drowned Dead as well. I don't think the Hunger is really that necessary. If I was like purely optimizing here, I don't think Count Oculus with Hunger is necessary. He's not a great melee combatant, so you don't really want him fighting in melee. So you could probably drop that for an extra 150 points if you wanted to. Curse of the Undeath is fine. Yeah, for sure. Double Gunnery Wights, they're just the reason they're so great. You know, 120 armor, super tanky, relatively decent melee defense as well, 46. So you know, Invocation on top of those boys would have been them pretty tanky, and they actually do pack a punch with, you know, melee stats, and also they can fight pretty hard while shooting in combat. It just makes them super strong. I foresee this being pretty hard for the VP. We can see double mortars here. Quite a good pocket with some scurvy dogs. Sorry, I need to call them direwolves. The scurvy dogs there in the back. The reason I say it being hard is because of the double in the back here. We can see the double Diver catapult protected by Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Some Spider Riders in the back trees as well. In the front line with Orc boys will deal with pretty much their entire front line pretty comfortably. Even Goblins do relatively well, actually. You don't even have to go as high as Orc boys if you don't want to. You know, you can chop these down by 150 each, so you can bring that down by, say, what's that, 3, 6, 750, and you can add in an extra bonus first large unit, maybe some, maybe go into some Black Orcs, and maybe grab yourself an extra unit of Stone Trolls if you cut and trim left, right, and center. Goblin Riders in the front there, as moves some Spider Riders and some Mortars, Marauders. They're going to be really good against the Gunnery Crabs. Grom the Paunch is just super powerful in general. You know, 100 armor, mobility is very high with the Lucky Banner as well, and regen. He's just really difficult to take down. Language of the Boys, he's just got all the good stuff you need, really. Orc Shaman, it should be Brainbuster, and maybe like, here we go, something like that. Here we go. Fisted Gork, actually. Yeah, Fisted Gork's pretty good. I like Fisted Gork. Magic damage plus increased stats, so you can deal with all those ethereal units. No Sirens today, actually. That is something as well. I do like Sirens in this matchup because this force can really struggle to deal with it. The thing we need to notice here from Dr. Jellyfish is we just need to go. We need to go because there's no way you're going to out-trade Double Doom Divers. Their artillery shots actually have extra accuracy because they can aim themselves. Because technically they're goblins that are flying and they should be able to get in there and do some good work. So I hope everyone's enjoying this so far. By the way, let me just give that a quick slowdown. I hope everyone's enjoying it so far. Sorry, I haven't talked to you guys so much. GG's well played so far. If you guys are enjoying it, do feel free to smash that like button. It really, really does help. I know I'm going to be streaming the same time as Turin and Darv and all the other big boys. So I know a lot of you are going to be over there watching them, which, I don't blame you for. There's great content coming in from those guys. But if you are enjoying it, do smash that like button. It really, really does help. Just let a friend know that I'm online as well. That helps. Bring them in and share my content. That helps along with a cheeky subscription. You guys have been amazing in supporting me. And if you fancy doing some more of that, there's a couple of ways you can do it. So thank you very much. But yeah, we're going to move through here. We can see the Spider Riders coming forward. I think this is a bit of a misplay here. I don't think this is necessary. I don't think this is that necessary. You kind of brought yourself into the range here of the deck droppers. I don't think that is what you need to do. They have a straight line of fire, and they're going to fire a lot quicker than you. They don't have to wait on archer sort of animations. So, yeah, I don't think it was necessary to come to the trees. They have to come to you, and what you can kind of do is use your cavalry as kind of a blockade going forward. Depending on kind of where they come from, you can push out and give them a little bit of a shot and then force these guys to have to approach you. Now, this can be a problem, but now you actually want to use them a bit defensively. So now you want to drop out the cavalry here and protect up against the deck droppers that do need to get in the back and shut this down. This is the only way that Dr. Jellyfish can stay in his formation. So Gunnery Crabs are going to be coming forward. They are going to shoot into Grom the Paunch. Looks like they're actually going to be hitting after Count Noculus. That's an interesting choice. I certainly would have shut down the artillery first and just kind of get Grom back for now, and then I would just I would have slowly broken down my opponent's army and taken it down in that way. But in the middle here, see the Goblin Warfighter archers are going to get broken here. The Gunnery Crabs are certainly going to be causing a problem. And this is the problem we have now. Is there's kind of now nothing to stop this. There's just nothing to stop the range. We have archers shooting into the sky. The Rusty Arrow is going to hopefully do some decent work. But for the majority, they are going to struggle. Invocation kind of needs to go down here, but I think it's a little bit too far away. Arcane Conduit on the big man himself. And artillery is going to be shooting here into the cheap front line. So we are going to break the Doom Diver catapults. The second one is going to be going down here as well. Archers shooting into the sky here up against the deck droppers. Golden Warfighter archers could do coming forward and shooting here some more of the gunbats. Gunbats will be getting their full value even whilst crumbling. -8 means they will be dying over time, but they need to die faster. Which is a bit of a shame. I don't know if we have anything to take these down. I don't think we do. So big shots coming here in. I do actually wonder if you're taking Word Tag in this matchup might not be so bad, but you can see in the front, Grom the Paunch, Fisted Gork as well going down, give that increase to melee attack, melee defense. He's going to be struggling, he's going to have to regen here. But in the middle, we are going to be pushing onto the Gunnery Crabs, moving in as well with the Stone Trolls. Bombers over the top with that nice fire damage as we clear out all against the Orc boys. It's a bit of a misconjoint attack here, as we can see. We have some units coming forward and attacking, and some kind of defending, and the synergy is not so great here. We have lots of archers from the Rusty Arrows and the Orc boys. In the back, though, we can see the Doom Diver catapults alongside the Mortars, Marauders. We need some way of dealing with these. Do we have any way? Looks like we don't. They're actually just going to kill both of the cannon crews here, and there's just nothing that the Greenskin player can do because they're just pushing forward. Grom has been broken. Grom is going to be getting pushed off the battlefield here. Balance power is going to be in the favour here of the VP. Pretty comfortably as well, actually. Look in the middle here. We are going to terrify the Stone Trolls. Goblin Spider Riders have been terrified as well. Over here on the side, the Orc Boys fighting the front line here up against the Zombie Deckhand mobs. Charging here with the Orc Shaman on foot. He's casting a spell. So here we go, perhaps. No, it's going to be a Fisted Gork there for the Orc Boys. Trying to see if they can help punch in that front line. But we need to get that Orc Shaman in here, shutting down perhaps the Gunnery Whites. Getting in there and just doing the damage. He's got great AP. If you actually use that Fisted Gork on yourself, you might actually get in and do quite a bit of punch there. Someone in the front there from the Zombie Deckhand mobs. You should hopefully be able to push out here on top of the Spider Riders then stop those guys from shooting. Over here in the back though, so the dire walls are in. They're going to be shutting down the cannon crew very quickly. Yeah, he's given up on the cannon crew. Okay. So, in the front here, Spider Riders are in. Orc Boys are in. And it looks like here, Count Noculus. He's going to be doing pretty well. We haven't quite hit the wire yet. Wire's going to be pretty far away. 4,000. Okay, now we're going to hit the wire. So the wire should be ready to go. And should be used here pretty quickly. Nice. That's going to give ITP 24 melee attack. Base weapon damage increases as well. Looks like here we are going to have. Here we go. Plus Degrading is here. 104 melee attack for the big boy. But that Wrath Storm just deleted Grom. Grom has been gone there. Okay, so it's a Count Noculus Overcast Invocation is going to heal all the troops around him there in a 40-meter radius. 864 healing as well. Gunnery Crabs are in. They're fighting up, and that's going to be GG's. Well played. Really well played, Mr. Dr. Jellyfish. You certainly made the best out of a bad situation, for sure. I think Mr. Adler came with a really nice build, actually. Hey, Pantelenard, welcome. How are we? How are we? Don't say that. Your content is amazing as well. Oh, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Have a like, Ace. Welcome, Mr. MGP. How are we doing, Mr. Fanta Lemonade? I think actually Mr. Adler had a kind of all of the right elements towards his build from GGX. I think that he certainly had some good things. I think leaving the Doom Divers was a bit of a shame. I think if you target down the double mortars early doors, I think if you'd shut those down, one on each, and then focused all of his ammunition on knockers, and then spent the majority of his time with the Spider Riders and Archers and the mass archer line just protecting the artillery piece, it would have forced the VP to come to them. They're slow, they're not that great. Even with the Gunnery Crabs, you then could have focused Grom and the Orc Shaman there. I don't know. I think that he had the right idea, but I think he didn't need to push. I don't think he needed to push, but there we go. Really nice, well played. 440, 460. It's like 333 and 112 there for the deck dropper handgunners. 877 and 190 there for the deck droppers, with 460 there for the scurvy dogs. 470 and 444 for the zombie deck and gunnery mobs. Sorry, the bomber mobs, I should say. And it's like 128 for the deck from the pole arms, with 104, 108, 220, 104, and 200 there for the deckhand mobs. 1,400, 1,200 for the Gunnery Whites, and 1.8 there for Count Noculus. Yeah, Gunnery Whites are just super strong. They're super strong, as we said. 607 and 30 there for the Orc Shaman. I think Here We Go is just a really powerful spell that's just not that necessary for the Greenskins in this matchup. The reason being their melee stats are going to be better, period, than fighting here up against all of the undead. They're going to overwhelm anyway, and you're going to get that melee attack bonus there from War. I think having things like Brainbuster and stuff to really break open that front line and shut down quite a lot of elements, or maybe a Foot of Gork here or there, could be quite good, especially if they come with maybe, you know, some elite units, maybe some Death Guard or something. Oh, that's a caramel coffee from caramel coffee coming in from Starbucks. Oh, what a coffee. Alrighty, so let's get that up. Let's get Mr. Human Boy's book. Welcome. So, Mr. Pantelenard. I haven't quite announced it yet, but I am actually going to be... I'm great, thank you. And you? I'm very good, thank you. I'm actually going to be casting the ODM finals next Friday, so I'm super excited for that. That should be really good. Looking forward to that. Shame I didn't see you in there, I don't think, as far as I could see. But yeah, there's a good about having one on the board here for the Son of the Mountains crew, which is quite nice to see. We're gonna be kicking off. Yeah, we're doing quite well so far here with the boys. GGX going to be holding strong so far. I think here we are now going to go to the next 2v2. So the next 2v2 here is going to be Mr. Chad Thorgrim and Dr. Jellyfish. I can't tell if this is all in German or all in Polish. It looks like German. It looks like it's all in German. I can't see who's who, so we'll hop into it. Let's have a look. Yes, I will be there Friday. Nice, I like it. So, looks like it's going to be Wood Elves and the Empire against Tomb Kings and the Vampire Counts. Yeah. Kind of what I expect here. I think Tomb Kings Vampire Counts is just a given selection of units together. These factions work so well together as a 2v2. I think the other one that's on par is probably Dowie, like Dowie High Elves, Dowie Wood Elves. I think it's a really good faction to put together as well. So, from the Undead faction here with the Son of the Mountain. Zombies in the front line here, dotted in with skeleton spears. As of course here, the VP do struggle with large, so having some of the Ushopti Greatbow, or as we like to call it here on the channel, the Uwu Shopti. So the chosen of the Uwu is going to be with the Shield Breaker and Armor Piercing, 255 range, same here on the left, Skeleton Archers as well. I wouldn't mind, if you are going to go Skeleton Archers, why not just bring the Armor Sundering variety? I do quite like those ones. They can really help alongside the Skeleton Spearmen. Isabella, as well as the double Gunnery Whites, goddamn, the White Kings, both here with Scabscrath. Isabella here with the Blood Chalice. The Muscle of Beguilement, which is really good, and Red Fury, Raise the Dead, Invocation, and Curse of the Undeath. So yeah, sorry, for those who didn't know, I did a humongous shift yesterday, 18 hours, so if I'm a bit tired, I do apologise. It was a hell of a shift yesterday. So Dire Wolves mixing in with Black Knights, Skeleton Chariots, Fellbats as well. In the sky, it's like 2 units. We are going to have some more. Oh, we are going to have the Dire Pack in the back, a Tomb Prince, alongside the Ark in the Black on a Chariot. That is bold. Skeleton Chariots here, Black Knights, and the Dire Wolves. Should be interesting. So, here. Oh, we're going to be split into 2 forces here. Very interesting. Dryad's missing in the front line here. It's like 4 units from GGX. Drycha as well as the Winterheart Guards. Oh, look at those guys in their royal blue. God damn, man, they're sexy. Look at these guys. Drycha on the front line with Rouse to Wrath, the Penumbral Pendulum, and the Enfeebling Foe. In the back, we are going to have the most gorgeous knights in the game, the Lost Silver Knights, missing with Gladeguard with the Starfire Shafts, very strong hero against Tomb Kings, Eternal Guard, and the double Glade Riders. Look at these sexy things, man. So we are going to have the Lost Silver Knights with Frenzy, of course that ITP. I don't know why they need ITP, but they have it. Maybe just because of Frenzy. But Terror, and also that Mass Physical Resistance. Just some incredible stats. Incredible flipping stats. Swordsman here in the front line, mixing in with Vigilance, Swordsman. Volkmar the Grim, Vigilance. Halberd, Swordsman, Halberds. Oh my god, it's a full infantry force. Oh my god, this is a mouth breather and a half right here. This is a come at me, bro. I love it. Okay. So we are going to move forward. I'm sure we're going to see a small rotation here towards kind of like the midpoint here of the battlefield. We should see these rotate slightly. 2v2 and 3v3s all comes down to sort of the... oh, actually going to see the ROR. The King's Nikesh Scorpion Legion. Ooh, the Poison Boys here. The Poison Boys. I like the German language. Everything sounds like a model of nuclear weapons. What? Luckily for me, it's all in English here as well, which is quite nice when I do actually come into the game. Okay. I don't know why these health bars is green and this one is blue, but over here everything's red. That doesn't quite make sense to me, but there we go. Couldn't these have been 2 different colours? Make one of them purple or something like really cool, you know. So we're going to shoot into the front line up against the Dryads, the Uwu Shopti doing the things they do. They have that nice split spread shot when they shoot. You see that spread towards the end, just a really good anti-infantry tool that just deletes there. Well, there's going to be Burning Head in the middle. Oh no, it's going to be a Penumbral Pendulum. Actually, I didn't see. We don't have Burning Head, right? Oh, we do have Burning Head. Yeah, Burning Head and Kindle Flame, yeah. Brandon Pendulum here on top of the Skeleton Spearman. Surprise one's on top of the King's Nakesh Scorpion Legion. 550 gold cost there for extra armor, as well as the poison damage and some just those better stats with anti-large. I actually really like the King's Nakesh Scorpion Legion. A pretty nice unit, actually. It's a pretty nice unit. Is it worth the cost? I'm not sure. Not sure. So White King's coming forward. White King's going to be perfect here against up against all this cheap chaff. Look at that. That is a nice. That's a nice scab scraff down the line there, surely. In the middle here, so we are going to get a summon of the Skeleton Warriors coming in from Arkan the Black. Arkan's going to get deleted by these arrows. That's the problem with having him on a chariot. He is such a large target. Arrows of Kernos as well would absolutely thump him. So let's have a look here in the front. It looks like Black Knights here. Oh, look at that. Straight down the line. Another Plumble Pendulum here. Burning Head in the back. He's not going to catch too much here, unfortunately. Over here on the right-hand side, what we can see in the middle, we can see some healing here. Invocation going down up against all the bony boys as well. Malevolent Dryad Summon in the pocket, though. Malevolent Dryad Summon in the pocket. We are just going to cycle it with Arkan. He's using the Star and the Gash. We are going to get a spell here in the middle. Now, what's this going to be? Banishment? Yeah, so Banishment is going to come in from the Man the Myth. We are going to get Vault Mother Grim in there doing all the dirty business and deleting a lot of these zombies. Black Knights are going to be crumbling. A Feebling Foe going down on those to give them 0 melee attack and 0 melee defense. In the middle here, Isabella on horseback. I never see her on her, I forget the model, her flying model. I never see her on her flying model too much. So over rotating onto the right hand side, the die packs kind of could do with getting in the back here. Wouldn't mind seeing those guys get around the corner and start shutting down some of the Starfire shafts. Burning Head here is actually going to catch a lot. Oh, that was a beautiful Burning Head there on top of the Skeleton Archers. It's going to shut those down pretty nicely. Balance of power is going to be even, though. Graveguard fighting here up against Flagellants. They stand 0 chance in that middle, unfortunately. But Skeleton Spearman up against Flagellants, mixing in by zombies in the front line. Swordsman breaking just due to the fear and terror. And it looks like here in the front, just cycling with more chariots, just through all this mass infantry. And this is just a playground for Skeleton Chariots right now. In the back here, we can see putting some pressure on top of the Bright Wizard. It's going to be a summon there in the back from the Zombies. Zombies is actually going to pin very nicely in Volkmar the Grim. Master of Beguilement going down, giving him 14 melee attack, even with the Grand Hammer of Sigmar being popped. And it's like we are going to have the summon of Ushopti coming into the back. They are going to now start getting on top of the Bright Wizard. Nice hit. That's going to be some lovely damage there. We should get the full surround now. Get some tremendous work up against the big man. So it's like we are going to be losing Burning Head here in the middle. Ark in the black, so we are going to get the Grand Soulfire here. Aid of Drycha. Grand Hammer Sigma going to giving her plus 24 melee attack. Oh my god, 97 melee attack. She means business right now. She's all over this. But it's like Arkan is going to get away. We are going to be shooting here. We can move forwards while shooting with the Glade Guard Starfire shafts. Wouldn't mind seeing them kind of shooting in this direction. Meaning that they're not, we're going to see a beautiful charge here down the flanks. Coming in. Oh no! They're getting deleted. But never mind. Right, so in the middle, we are going to have two of the whites fighting here up against Volkmar the Grim. The mass is going to pin in, and he really struggles to deal with single entity, especially single entity monsters more than anything. In the back here, looks like the Tomb Prince, who I think is on horseback here. No, he's going to be on a chariot as well. So he's going to be on chariot, just cycling through all the Flagellants. Looks like it's going to be another banishment. Hopefully, it should go down the line here. It is going to go down the line, and that's going to do some lovely damage here up against these Skeleton Archers. It's pretty much going to finish those boys off here. In the back, Ark in the back is going to be getting shot. Rhaegar Starfire Shafts are moving in a direction, but he's going to move straight down into their flank and going to be cycle charging all the way through the middle. Swordsmen have been broken. They are going to be moving off the battlefield. In the back, I love the fact that they're using Arkan just to clear up this backside. That's really, really great work. Here, Volkmar the Grim is going to be struggling at 2,400 health. That's only the double gunner. All three are going to get healed here, I think. Or is it just one? No, it's just going to be one there with the Tomb Prince. Uru Shopti, they're going to be shooting here into the middle, doing some great damage here up against the Halberds. The Grand Shield of Faith going down for that 20% damage resistance. And just so much crump here up against Volkmar the Grim. 800 health for him, 650. He looks like he's going to be healing now for the majority, but a lot of damage going his way. It's like a shatter there from the Glade Guard Starfire Shafts. That is going to be Arminos's. GG's and well played to Son of the Mountains. This is a very strong double combination. I generally think the only way to beat it is High Elves against Vampire. High Elves and Dowie is kind of the only way to deal with this, I think. Not too sure. Oh, the Winterheart Guards are left. Yes. We can skip that on, I think. Yes, GG's well played. So Southern Mountain is going to be drawing it up here to 3 apiece. And it's looking pretty tight. It's looking pretty tight. Been a pretty tight affair here so far. So 2,100 for Arkham the Black, with 976 there from the Tomb Prince, 300, 214, 230, and 120 for the Skeleton Spearman. We have 28 here for the King Takesh Scorpion Legion. We've got 260 there for the Skeleton Archers, with 1,300 and 700 there from the Skeleton Chariots. 930 from the Uwu Shopti Greatbow, mixing in with 1.5 there for the Chosen of the Gods. Lovely stuff. Let's move on to the second unit. So the lady at 1,000 for herself. Of course, the Chalice of Potions, mixing in with Invocation, is just seriously strong. 1,670 here for the White King, with 1,180 for the White King for the second one. 120, 65, with 67 and 57 for the Zombies, with 170 for the Tithe. Got 880 with 500 here for the Graveguard. For the Black Knight, 680 and 420. Ooh la la. 82 and 88 there for the Fellbats, with 350 and 112 for the Direwolves, and the Dire Packing at 177. So for the side of GGX, we had 667 with 560, 520, 390, 170, and 259 there for the Dryads, with 670 there for the Winterheart Guards. We've got 186, 416, 1,200 there for the Greyguard Starfire Shafts, with 380 and 420, with only 330 for the Lost Silver Knights. I did not see what happened there. I didn't see what happened. I don't know how they got shut down. What would have shut them down here? I don't think anything here does magic damage. No. Maybe you just Spirit Leech them to death, to be fair. Yeah, definitely plausible. We got 2.1k damage, so yeah, it's definitely plausible. Definitely plausible. But also, he did use his chariot to sucker charge quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, well played. 151 there, 690 for Volkmar. 600 as well for the Bright Wizard. We got 270, 190, 220, and 17 from the Swordsman. 320, 560, 23, and 470 there for the Halberds, with 320, 600, 430, 390, and 418 for the Flagellants. I think the idea, go with mass infantry, try and see if you can deal with all of the chaff, and then all the damage output comes in from Wolverstein. He shoots them all, uses his cavalry, a couple of little bits of infantry. I actually don't think these 5 units of infantry were needed. You can maybe take the Winterheart Guards, sure, but you don't need Dryads here, I don't think. I just don't think you need Dryads in the Eternal Guards. If he's gone this much infantry, I don't think you need this. I don't think so. I don't think so. But anyway. Alright, so let's get the screen blocker up. So, GG so far. I imagine Kazev will be really strong. Those 2v2 battles. All melee infantry also having AP range will make life hard for approaching enemies. Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure. If they come with life magic, them alongside Dowie could be just tremendously painful to deal with. For sure, for sure. For sure. Alright, so what it's going to be there, it's going to be 3 apiece here from Son of the Mountains and also GGX. Now, we have a couple more games left to come, so I'm going to do a little bit of an intermission here. I'm going to be like 2 minutes, just to grab myself a bit of drink of water, because I realised casting that quickly, my voice is starting to go. So, let me very quickly just grab a drink, and I'll be right back. But so far, 3-3, it's anybody's to take, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, let's get it back. Let's get it going. So, we are going to move through here to... Oh, we're going to be having Norska versus Skaven. Very interesting. Okay. Alrighty, so it's going to be for Poland with the Norskans up against the Skaven of Thankwil. So it's like here we are going to have the man, the myth, the legend, Wolfric the Wanderer, alongside the Firecaster. Quite a few units of the normal units of Marauders. And looks like triple Berserkers in with some Skirmish Cav. Looks like we are going to have a Terracotta Ferramentacle and a quadruple of the big bad wolves. So Skin was on the back with the regen, great anti-large, frenzy, all the other good stats as well. Wolf at the Wanderer here. And looks like in the front line we are going to be having Skaven Slaves, mixing with Skaven Slave Spears. Quite a wide box here inside. We are going to be playing on... This is Tower of Hoeth, yes. And of course you can spawn inside here. I do love that fact. I try and share that with as many people as I can because it's such a really... Especially when you get like cavalry in here, right? So if we get in here with cavalry, you can certainly just like... Look at that. You can ride out like Rohan, you can just come through. Oh no, I have to go over the top. But you can ride through and then just kind of, you know, come out here on the red mat and do all the business. It's really cool. In the middle here, we are going to have Poison Wind Globadiers. Very good for destroying that front line. We're also going to have a Chieftain here. Look at that mount. What a mount. The Chieftain here with the Shield of Distraction and Frenzy. And here in the front, we are, of course, going to have the Gracia Plague. Probably the most powerful choice here, Gracia Plague, or just Gracia in general, with the Arcane Conduit, Vermintide, the Dreaded 13th Spell, Unholy Clamor, Scorch, as well as the Plague, and the Potence of Venomous Doom. So we're also going to have the Wall of Unholy Sound, giving that increased melee attack and leadership, which is really important for this cheap white front line. The Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, these bad boys here with the Flaming Swords and melee attack, also with that 70% fire resistance. So Burning Head here really not going to do too much. In the middle, we are going to have the Ikit Zip Cannon, great damage there, plus the Disrupt. I don't know if the RRs are really that worth it. You pay a lot here for the Zap, it gives plus 10 there to recharge abilities. Is that worth it? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if it's worth the cost. Maybe you pay for the accuracy. I'm not too sure. But here in the front, we are going to be having the Cancel Guard Storm Vermin. Here with, of course, the Guardian ability and Unbreakable, Anti-Large and Armor Piercing, and 90 Armor. These bad boys certainly do very well here to really bolster the lightly leadership force of the Skaven. Double Rat Ogres in the back, and also some more Skaven Slave Spears. In the trees, let's have a look over here. Looks like here we are, the double Marauder Horsemen, just coming around on the left-hand flanks. So the Zamzat cannons coming forward, all going to shoot and miss there, up against Wolfric. Fireball down the front line, what are we aiming for here is the question. Maybe we're coming here after Poison Wind Globes. No. We're actually coming to here up against the Zamzat cannon. That was very interesting because we didn't destroy a model there, so it looks like they got away with it. I love the manic screams coming here from the Gracia Plague. Absolutely loving this. So over here on the right hand side we can see the triple Berserkers, sorry, double Berserkers, where's the other one? Oh, over on the left, with the Brutes of the Hound, the Unbreakable variety. When the Marauders moving over to the left hand side, they will butcher the infantry here from the Skaven. They will absolutely butcher them. But they do have to be careful of the Poison Wind Globes. As you can see here, the boys running in, the Skin Walls is going to charge and decimate. They're just going to absolutely thump that front line and hop straight onto the Poison Winds. Here in the middle, I'm not too sure what this is. Oh, it's going to be a summon there of the Storm Vermin Halberds. So that's going to be the exposure spell that does damage here up against the Marauder Berserkers. Over on the side here, we are going to have just Archer Fire here going in up against the Chieftain. 70 armor for him. He's going to have the Shield of Distraction, giving -5 melee attack. The Skin Walls are going to be fighting, and they could pretty comfortably delete the Chieftain, but also they are going to change their targets. Burning Head here through the middle is going to catch the Cancel Guard Storm Vermin. 2 units of Broken Poison Wind Globes in the middle, and it's really starting to fall apart here now. Moving forward here with the Clan Rat Spears, they kind of really just need to get into this front and just really start bolstering that front line. This is a pretty hard game here for the Skaven. Very hard indeed. In the back, I hear... Oh, there we go. You can see the Sea Fang coming straight through the infantry forces here.
Storm Vermin are just going to be fighting Unholy Clamour, giving that plus 16 leadership and that vigor increase. It looks like here we are going to be having Hunters of Champions, giving him 0 melee defense. That's going to be really hard here. Reduce the armor down from 100 down to 70. And that's going to have a big deletion there for the Gracia Plague. Balance about here pretty comfortably in the Norscan favour. And looks like here we are going to be having a Pestilence Breath down the front line here, catching a few of the skin walls. Burning Head through the middle that should catch a lot of the escaping infantry. And about that, we do get some returning units of the Poison Wing Globes. Poison Wing Globes should be able to fire into the front line. Do some nice damage, but a lot of them might get caught here. Returning the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers and some Skaven Slaves. And they're not going to stay around for long. So we are going to shatter the Ikit Zapzak Cannon crew. And we're moving behind here with the Gracia Plague. He needs to be close, but not too close. We do actually have the Fair Manticore in here. Fair Manticore and everything else, including Warfric, will just dump the Gracia Plague. In the middle here, just struggling on leadership, is going to be the Chieftain. Double Chieftain here doing pretty nicely, but you know, it's going to be tough for them. Putting that much money into 2 entities with the rest of your front line just kind of buckling and breaking, you're not really going to expect to see the value from your Poison Wing Globes that you hoped. But in the middle here, the Gracia Plague is going to be fighting. He's taking a lot of damage here from the Manticore. Fireball as well. I just think that missed actually there from the Shaman. That is going to kick into army losses. GG's and well played here to For Poland, Son of the Mountains, and their Norscan gameplay. Very nice stuff. Looks like these Storm Vermin here are going to be fighting into the front, but then it is going to be a dropout. I generally think this is one of the hardest matchups for Skaven. I generally think it is one of the hardest matchups they've got going. It is really tough. The fact that they can overwhelm the infantry is just exponentially better than theirs. There's not much you can do. I think Poison Wing Globes might have been nice here just to fire into the front line before they hit. I think the cannon was a little bit too much. But I don't know. It's hard to say, right? It's hard to say. But GG's. Morning, Mr. Down on the Blunder. How are we? How are we? Oh, my voice. Alright, so 480 there from Wolfie the Wanderer, with 1,100 for the Shaman Sorcerer of Fire. 530, 230, 280, and 360 for the Marauders, with 650 and 850 for the Marauder Berserkers, with only 86 for the Brutes of the Hound. I think they engaged quite late. I think they only fired up against Skaven Slaves. They weren't really firing up against much. 250 and 250 there for the Marauder Horsemen. 844 there for the Fair Manticore, doing quite a bit of abuse there up against the Gracia Plague, with 990, 740, 680, and also 512 for the Skin Wolves. I think, you know, factions like Norska, Beastmen, Chaos do relatively well here up against Skaven. They're good surrounding harassed factions, really strong legendary lords. It's just something that Skaven really struggle to deal with for sure. For sure. So it looks like you've got 495 there for the Gracia Plague, 295 and 230 there for the Chieftain. So yeah, a big shout out to Thankor as well. Like trying this build up against that, that's tough. I think here 10, 63, 18 and 86 there for the Skaven Slaves. 46, 6, 51 for the Skaven Slave Spears. 330, 145 for the Clan Rat Seers with shields. And 126 for the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, sorry. Keep trying to hiccup. 380 as well as 430 and 350 from the Poison Wing Globes. The Rat Ogres 130 and 340. 488 there from the Zapzak Cannon, but yeah, I do wonder if maybe actually going a full Storm Vermin build might have been better, because I think the Berserkers might struggle to deal with them. 550. Sword and Shield, Storm Vermin. Maybe. I mean, armor with high melee defense would be very tough and also to deal with. Yeah, I don't know where you go with this with the Skaven. I really don't. I really don't. It's certainly a tough one. It's certainly a tough one. Alrighty, so we are now going to go into the 3v3. So that's going to be a 4-3 there to Son of the Mountains. And this is actually going to be the final game. So we had 3 best of 1s, 2 best of 2s, and a 3v3. So the winner here takes all. So who is going to be the winner here between Son of the Mountains and also GGX? So it looks like here we are going to be having Bretonia, Skaven, and something. I believe that's going to be Dowie. Yes. This looks to be sent in. This looks to be Polish. I think. It looks Polish. Then it's going to be Dowie, Chaos. I can't work out what that last one is. I'm not sure. But yes, GG's indeed. So 4-3 here to Son of the Mountains. By the way, just so you guys know, I haven't seen these results. I don't know who wins. So yeah, this is interesting. Alright, so let's pop into it. Alright, so Skaven, Bretonia, and the Dowie here from the Son of the Mountains. Oh, High Elves. Right, that makes sense. Hoff Health. Yeah, there's no way I could pronounce that. But, yeah, Chaos, Dowie, and High Elves. Ooh. Okay, this is an interesting one. I think I prefer Bretonia. I really like Skaven. I really like Skaven and Dowie in 3v3s. I really like Skaven and Dowie in 3v3. Bretonia is really nice as well. I think this could be tough for the Chaos side. They have a lot, though. I don't know. Archeon could do absolute bits right here. Alright, let's see the builds first. Oh my god, what is this? So this is the Son of the Mountains side. So only Uno Paladin alongside the Fae. I think that's what you can have. And then you can have 1 hero, right? Or you can have 5 heroes in total? I think 5 heroes in total. So Guardian there as well to protect up against the Lady of Bretonia. Here with the Chalice of Potions, the Favour of the Fame, the Arcane Conduit, Dwellers Below, Earthblood, Mist of the Lady, and Life Bloom. Mines in the front line, mixing in with just peasant mobs, left, right, and centre. Poison Wind Mortars in now, mixing in also here with the Gracia Ruin. Gracia Ruin here with Standard Eye, Burning Head, Fireball, and Kindle Flame. And here as well, looks like we are going to have the Assassin. Assassin here with Concealment Bombs, Assassin's Trophy, Rival High Talisman, and also the 30% physical resistance here from both sides. Yeah, so we're going to have the same. And then Thoric Ironbrow here with the Rune of Negation, the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, Rune of Doom, and the Master Rune of Ancient Law, with Rune of Hearth and Home and Forge Fire. I don't think any of these, after having a discussion with a friend of mine, I don't think the Master Rune of Ancient Law, Rune of Hearth and Home, maybe, but the Master Rune of Ancient Law, it's just not worth it. After discussing the value that you should expect from it, which is roughly about 600 gold, I don't think it's worth it. Skaven Slaves, Skaven Clanright Spears, blah, blah, blah. Men at Arms. Oh, some Longbeards in the back. Double Cannons, mixing in here with the Master Engineer. Longbeards, Master Engineer. Oh, he's going to have the Ballistics Calibration. Quite like that. Accuracy and Reload. We're also going to have the Entrenchment with Flash Bomb. And the Firing Artillery with Restock. Longbeards in the back, Slayers as well. So it's going to be the triple cannons here. Wolf Rats. Spearmen at Arms. Companions of Quenelle and the Questing Knights, mixing with some more Spearmen. Looks like here, Poison Wind Globes in the middle. This looks like a dangerous force. Chaos Warhound Poisons there in the trees. So I go over here on the side for the Chaos Marauders. Marauder Great Weapons as well in the trees here. I can't quite see what that is actually. We are going to have Archeon the Ever-Chosen mixing in with the double Chaos Chariots and the Marauder Great Weapons. The man, the myth here on horseback, only with a bronze shield. Look at the size of that shield bind. How's that a bronze shield? But yeah, we can see here Standard Eye, Burning Head, Fireball, and Kindle Flame. Archers here in the middle line, 2 units of archers. Spearmen as well, dotted in with Rangers. It's going to be a really cheap force here with Alariel. Yes. Archers, and Spearmen. Looks at Alariel the Radiant here with Star of Avalon, the Stave of Avalon, Arcane Conduit, Tempest, Earthblood, Banishment, Shieldstone, the Boon of Isha. Do I like that? Not really. Shieldstone and Life Bloom. I cut this down by quite a bit. I feel like a lot of people take a lot of units that are not necessarily needed on their lords. But it's like Thorokine Brown Foot. Now that is bold. Rune of Slowness, the Rune of Wrath from Ruin, and the Rune of Negation. I think the Rune of Doom is worth it just to bring him on an Anvil with all that physical resistance. It's certainly worth it. Silver Helms, Slayers. Looks like the Goblobber, Cannon, Slayers, and looks like the Ultra Raiders. Over here as well, looks like more Chaos Warrior, great weapons, and some more Warhound poisons. Yeah, relatively strong. I think we certainly have more gun. I like the fact that this is all stuck together. This is going to fight in, so you can see the rotation here from this lot coming in, and the rotation even from this half of the battlefield is going to be much longer than the straight lines here. It's going to be much longer for these guys to really come in and round. I can see this side already. I can see GGX having problems early doors. I can see that happening. So it's not corner camping, but yeah, it's a nice work there on the side. I know. Some of the most expendable traff in the game with Skaven and Britonia. Oh my god, that was bold. I love that. Keswans and Poison getting absolutely whacked by the cannons. I love it. Well, that's them done early doors. Arcane Conduit going down. Paladin in pursuit as well. Forces are going to rotate. I think we probably put a bit of a skip on here. It's down to these guys taking their time. So I'm going to pause it. I'm going to talk about a little bit what I want to say. This line here needs to hold. Whilst the forces here, and this needs to hold even more. This needs to hold and use the trees to the best of their ability whilst this rotates. It is going to take some damage, but this needs to rotate to get a force around before they attack. If this middle line attacks before the rest of the force is ready to, you're going to see a lot of casualties with a minimalistic amount of this force fighting. Archeon is going to be mixing in the middle. So this is a bit bold. They're lucky there's no nets here, as far as I've seen. I haven't seen any nets so far. Double caster there. No, yeah, there's not going to be nothing there. Alara over on the side. You can see like a lot of damage here coming on the Wolf Rat poisons. They did manage to get away. They are going to return. Alara rotating over here to the right hand side. Warhounds are in the pocket and ready, but we can see Questing Knights and the companions. Oh, double Questing Knights. Where's the companions of Quinel? Questing Knights and companions. There's a lot of elite knights here. They're suspecting stuff in the trees, and they would be right. When are they going to see them? Maybe they've already seen them. Oh, looks like there's going to be a bit of a lack of micro there. We are going to get hopped onto here by the Questing Knights. They're going to delete very quickly. Now those doggos are not going to be happy with the rear charge and losing in combat with faster and stronger enemies nearby. Yeah, they got thumped pretty quickly there, unfortunately. And then here you can see the double Warlock Giselles, the Natty Bobos. They're going to be firing here into Lariel. Artillery is firing here into the front pocket. Cannons are moving into range, I guess. And they're going to be shooting up against the artillery. It's going to be a bit of an artillery off here. Thunderers are going to start poking out of the trees. Monster Engineer has been left behind here by GGX. You can see some of the mountains have had some good practice here with this build. Shots coming in over the top here, up against the Skaven Slaves. Poison Mortars is going to drop back into a bit more of a defensive pocket, maybe in here, something like that. Goblin is actually going to be trying to smash here into the Poison Mortars. They are going to kill models, and they are going to be affecting their leadership as well, but not so much. Poison Globes in the front, they're going to be smashing here into Spearmen. Burning Head here going through the pockets of the Cheap Chaffs, Skaven Slaves in the middle. Also in the middle of the Spearmen, they're going to get hit now here by the Skaven Slaves. We can move in with the Gracia Ruin. We've got to be careful of the Gracia Ruin. He's coming a little bit out of his comfort zone here. We can certainly start shooting them with the Thunderers and the rest of the Archer crews. He's going to be really far forward. Burning Head going down here looks like a bit of an overcast damage, thanks to being near Thoric. They've certainly got pretty adventurous here with their lords. I don't know how this battle goes down here between Thoric and Archaon. He does magic damage, so surely he loses. We can also see here that Assassin's Trophy going down. Stand or Die is going to negate that, but he's going to be getting shot. He's going to be getting damaged here. He is going to get away, but not easily. He's taken a lot of punch there to the face. For a man that doesn't heal, or certainly needs some attention here from L'Ariel, that's quite a bit there. That. In the middle, Arthur Raiders, they're going to get attacked there by the poison. They're going to take quite a bit of damage over time. You can see that ticks of poison there, just doing some incredible damage. Unholy Clamor going down there with Arcane Conduit. I don't know if that affects the rest of the force. It looks like it's just going to be the Skaven. Yeah, it doesn't affect the Dowie or the Bretonnians. Burning Head here through. It's actually going to catch the backside of the Chaos Warriors. You can hear the clang of the Rune of Doom, so we know that's coming in from the Son of the Mountain side here. That's the theory on there. That's going to give plus 16 melee tag, and that's actually going to. The reason why I say it's so powerful, that is for the entirety of the force. That includes the Skaven. That's why it's a crime not having Thoric on his anvil here for the side of GGX. Coming over with L'Ariel, there's going to be nothing that she can do against Thoric. She does magic damage. So I have Avalon here on top of Archaon, but he's going to be getting compromised here by Questing Knights. Great AP from them. Archaon is going to get healed pretty nicely, but I don't know. He's going to get shot pretty hard here as well. He just needs to kind of drop and recuperate. Over here on the side, the Paladin looks like what's going on here in the trees. We can see Spearmen beating up against Skaven Slaves. Chaos Mortars in over here as well. See quite a few units are still going to be out of the battle here over on the right hand side. Artillery is going to be firing here into the middle. Pointing with glows, they're going to be back online. They're going to be firing, so it's going to be a banishment here in the back as well. I think that banishment must have come from L'Ariel. I come from L'Ariel? It must have done. Let's have a look here. So Assassin's moving in up against Archaon. Standing on go down Assassin's Trophy here to combat that as well. Dropping back, it's going to be the Gracia Ruin. Big shots going into the Dwarf Warriors here from the Goblobber crew. Have a look. The double assassins can be using concealment bombs here in the middle. Where's L'Ariel though? That's the question. Aha, L'Ariel's in the back. No, she doesn't have banishment. I don't know where banishment came from. There's going to be a summon here in the middle. Oh, this is going to be a great Pestilence Breath down the middle. That's a lovely Pestilence Breath. Just a little bit more back would have been better, but gorgeous, gorgeous stuff there. Gracia is going to be struggling. Thunder of Fire is coming through. It looks like it is going to be a summon. Oh, lovely explosion damage there coming out of the Storm Vermin. And now they should be able to wrap around and clear up the Thunderers. Some nice work there. Master Engineer is eventually going to reach the pocket here to help. He doesn't really have, he does have Ballistic Calibration and also here Flash Bomb that could definitely be used here on top of the Storm Vermin. But we are going to be breaking down the Thunderers here, and then they can certainly push on and compromise the Master Engineer. In the middle here, Thork Armor Assassin's Trophy going on for him, and he's on foot. So there's no way he can fight against the double assassins here. Flash Bomb going down is going to slow them and reduce their melee defense. But as you can see, Thoric Ironbrow here is going to be breaking. Balance Power is going to be in the Son of the Mountain's favour. Here in the middle, Archaon the Ever Chosen, or Archie as I like to call him. He's going to be in the middle here fighting up against the cannon crew. Broken in the back here is going to be the Gracia Rune. No healing from this side. That's why having elves or wood elves or you know, some kind of healing here, even from Bretonnia, can be quite nice. So where is the favour of the lady? I haven't seen the lady in quite a while actually. He's over here, so here she is. She's going to be fighting here in the middle pocket. She's going to be fighting up against Spearman. She can't need to be with the main battle line. I don't really think she needs to be over here, but she's going to be doing some work over here, doing the nice stuff. Earthblood going in the pocket. A nice heal here on the... he does go down, unfortunately. Unholy Clamor has been dealt with, and the bell is no more. I do apologise. So, shots coming into the sky here up against the L'Ariel. We are going to have Natty Bobos as well as the Wartlops here, really firing into her. Sorry. Big shots here coming into the cavalry with the questing knights. And looks like here that is going to be army losses. GG's and well played. So if we get a little bit of a slow here, a little bit slow around the battlefield, a lot of these are going to be breaking. We are going to be army loss territory here. So you can see in the back here, we are now starting to get the wolf rats in to do all that damage. Spearmen as well are starting to move in onto the back side. Double assassins here in the middle. Down we have pushed forward. The rest is going to be wavering. Shooting here with the pointman mortars. A lot of the high side here is going to be breaking. Yeah, it's looking pretty dire here. Thoric Ironbrow here is super healthy from Chad Thorgrim. In the sky, L'Ariel is pretty weak. Healing cap is in. She came out to 1.5k. She kind of needed to get in alongside Archeon and get a nice Star of Avalon there, maybe. But yeah, having Thoric not on his rune is unfortunately a bit of a... Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Stormrunner. Welcome, Ludwig. How are we? Welcome, my friend. Welcome indeed. So that is going to finish out the series, ladies and gentlemen. So we will go through that with a 7-3 win for Son of the Mountains. Really, really well played there. And GGX, you know, being one of the newer clans here in the community, putting on an absolute performance here. So well played to you guys. That was some seriously nice battles. 1,150 there for Archeon the Everchosen. 165 kills, very nice. He got shot, a little bit isolated there in the middle. Assassin's Trophy and the rest going down, forcing him to use his abilities, having to push around into areas he didn't want to push into. 78, 301 there for the Chaos Marauders, with 409 and 860 for the Marauder Great Weapons. Looks like there we've got 670, 300, 740 and 866 for the Chaos Warrior Great Weapons, with 480 for the Chaos Chariots, with 56 for the second. We've got 22 and 19 there for the Chaos Warhounds with Poison. For Sylvan, we had 513 from L'Ariel, 150, 150, 860 and 90 there for the Spearmen. With 140 and 580 there for the Rangers, with 502, 313 and 350 for the Archers, 420 and 330 for the second tier there. 680 and 750 for the Silver Helm. So yeah, doing pretty well. Doing pretty well indeed. Certainly going wider and cheaper here is good for the High Elves. She's going to have a lot of targets to heal here with the L'Ariel. You know, for example, Thorak, hopefully he needed to be on his anvil, really. But 260, 43 there for Master Engineer and Thoric. Run and Doom, Matt Wide there would have been very, very good. But 125, 132, 85, and 360 there for the Dwarf Warriors. Slayer's coming in at 130 and 255. Thunder's coming in at 800, so it's a nice work there. I definitely would have taken out the Ulthwald Raiders and taken out the Thunderers. Extra Thunderers here would have been very nice. Double Cannons, 300 and 780. And I really like the Goblubber in at 800. It's a nice pick, good, really good to help rout lots of mass chaff, which is definitely what you expect here, coming in from the 3v3. I like the combination of what came here. This is a good combination build. You know, you've got mobility and healing here from the High Elves with great archer lines. Here as well, you've got very strong legendary lords, Archeon the Everchosen, Sarthoriel, as well as, of course, the Mad Legend that we do not speak his name here. But yes, we do have also the regenerating tank that is Sigvold the Magnificent. So there's some great picks that can go in from Chaos for sure. Yeah, Thoric on his rune, definitely better. I saw lots of abilities and items coming in that necessarily wasn't all that vital. Especially when you're spending, you know, you don't think it's too much, but if you bring 2-3 items that's too much, you know, you're talking 450 to 600 gold sometimes. There's stuff that you can spend on getting extra units, making yourself wider, that essentially is going to get more. You have to ask yourself, if I bring these 2 items, am I going to get the same return in value as if I brought, say, a unit of archers for 475 compared to bringing 2 extra items for L'Ariel? Is it worth it? Is, for example, the Boon of Isha really going to help here? ITP is nice. Magic damage is, when you're especially going up against Dowie, is not all that necessary. Yeah, I think like things like that you can certainly cut and you can help yourself there. I'm just trying to think of ways here that you can certainly improve the builds. I think stuff like that can certainly help. And then, you know, things that are necessary, like for example the Rune of Doom with Thoric is definitely necessary, whether you're playing 2v2s or whether you're playing with 3v3s. That actually makes Dowie, for me, now thinking about it, a very strong 3v3 partnership, because that Rune of Doom goes around 2 other whole entire factions. Especially when you consider Skaven as a mass cheap wide front line, you give that plus 24 melee attack. 24. So the majority of them don't even have 24 melee attack. It's huge. It's huge. That is huge, because you have a base plus 35% chance to hit with plus 35 melee attack from the odds of a success chance to hit. You then add 24 on, so you're getting an automatic 59% chance to hit. Of course, without considering their melee defense. But yeah, huge stuff, huge stuff. It really benefits, so it is very, very good. Yeah, Master Engineer coming in with quite a lot of items here on Chad Thorgrim. I don't think that was necessary, but you know, there were some items there that were certainly used. You could certainly get a lot of value from. So yeah, you know, there's some nice elements towards the build that is really strong. 2,000 damage value from the cannon. 1,150 and 335 Slayers in at 760, 180 for the second, 330, 440 and 250 there for the Longbeards. ICP, having them more independent is really great, so they're not going to get terrified. They have great expert charge defense, good magic resistance, 100 armor, great melee defense. They're going to look after themselves. You don't need to babysit Longbeards. Longbeards can sit, hold and tank for an eternity, so having those in the build is very nice. If we move through before Poland, 2,780 there for Faye. Even though she was off to the side, maybe I thought there, you know, maybe she could have been utilised better in the battlefield, but there she got 2,780 damage value, 243 kills, so she very clearly did exceptionally well, whatever she did. I didn't quite see, I can't see everything, but yeah, she did very well. 250 there for the Paladin, that's actually an extremely good performance there. 87, 89, 83, 51 and 33 for the Peasant Mobs. 430, 76, 40 and 3 there for the Spearman Armed Shields. 150 and 220 for the Men at Arms Shields, with 1,100, 500, 950, and from the Companions of Quinel, 1,519. Dr. Jellyfish with the Skaven, 780 there for the Gracia Ruin. I liked him getting involved there. I saw him using the bell. I was thinking, you know, if the Fae was a little bit more in the middle, you could see some healing here for the hero here from the Skaven, which is very important. You keep them alive. They're very crucial here to the Skaven army. 908 and 614 there for the Assassin. We got 0, 90 and 61 there for the Skaven Slaves, and from the Spears 107 and 63. 88 and 155 for the Clan Rat Spears, with 700 with 112 kills from the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers. 1,350 for the Poison Wind Globes, 580, and oh my god, 1,980 for the Poison Wind Mortars. Very nice stuff. 826 there for the Natty Bobo Sharpshooters, with 230 and 213 for the Wolf Rat Poisons. So, a really nice best of 3. Logic, go drink some Lemsip for your cold. Yeah, I know. I know, I was outside for an 18-hour shift yesterday, just walking around in the cold. It was kind of drizzling as well. So maybe I'm a little bit under the weather. Maybe I worked myself a bit hard yesterday. I'm not too sure, but yeah, this was a really nice battle, guys. I really like this. I think there was a couple of optimizations on both sides, but apart from that, solid build. A solid build. I liked it there from both sides. I like the ideas, and the battle was really cool. So really well played to Son of the Mountains coming through with a 7-3 win. But that's a close series. That's closer than many people would think. That's actually only 2 games difference there with the best of 3. The best of 3 makes that look way more one-sided than it actually was. But awesome stuff. Yeah, GG's and well played to GGX. They put on a great performance, and yeah, thank you very much for sending in the replays, guys. It was super fun to cast. For anybody else as well out there that may want to see their clan perform here on the channel, feel free. We did plan on doing this on live stream, but it would have had to have been yesterday, and obviously with the work I wasn't able to do it. So we still managed to get a great live stream here from these guys. So I hope that everybody did enjoy all the replays here from the guys. It's also a little bit tight for you guys. It's only an hour and a half. If we played this in real time, this probably would have been closer to 3 hours. So yes, and I see Papara is on Age of Empires. Now, I don't know if Fanta Lemonade is still in here, but listen, Fanta, you need to have a word with Papara. He's been calling here for Battlemania. Like, where has he been, dude? Where has he been? Where has he been for the Battlemania? We needed to see him in the finals alongside you, alongside the Fanta Lemonade. He needs to be here. He promised me. He promised me. But yes, GG guys, well played. I'm going to be shooting off. I will be doing probably another live stream tonight, so for those that don't know, we'll pop over here. I do actually have a Twitch. I try to do as much work there as I can. So we'll be here, and I'll be doing some more Total War Warhammer tonight. What I'll be doing, I don't know. But we'll probably vote on that in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, then of course, firstly, what are you doing? And secondly, come get yourself in here. Come get yourself in here. I generally put all of the stuff on there that I'm doing anyway. Let's just see if anybody else is streaming. Let's see if anybody else is streaming. Oh, Turin, H1 Sun is streaming, and Turin. So I'll post both of these guys up. I'll say it looks like he's doing Antici Ladder here for H1 Sun. So there's H1 Sun. So go see HW Sun. Go say what's up. Go say what's up from Logic. Go say what's up to Mr. H1 Sun. And yeah, and then we should have Turino here as well. So let's go in with Turin. I'm sure all of you guys know him anyway. If you don't know him, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you've been doing. But go say wasabi to him as well. I think he's doing the finals. So go check him out as well. And go say what's up for me as well. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for chilling out with me today. I hope you appreciate. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button and subscribe as well. It really does help a lot. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon.